is actually very simple, but it's the good kind of simple. It doesn't have as many mechanics as other fighting games, and players typically create their own techniques using pre-existing mechanics, which are dubbed as techs. Even though the game lacks the amount of mechanics that some other fighting games have, the skill ceiling is still high enough to where you won't find yourself on equal footing with most people. This unfortunately means that there's less for people to complain about, which makes them complain about the stuff that nobody should be complaining about, like blocking. So many players are used to quick bursts of blocking in instances like M1 trading instead of holding it for long periods of time, so they naturally don't react well when someone holds it for slightly longer than usual. As I explained before, any playstyle that involves deviating from the norm will annoy some people. The best example of this is playing passively. This is when you abandon the constant close quarters combat and step back a bit so you can fight a little bit smarter and a little bit more calculated. Some people decide to step back and not fight at all. A good example of this is a Deadly Ninja player sitting decently far away and holding the block button because all of their moves are easily counterable or blockable. They might just not be suited for close quarters combat, and their attacks aren't good enough on their own, so they wait for the opponent to come to them. For a guy that wants to get up close and throw hands, this is probably the most annoying type of player to fight. They might not have the proper experience to fight against this passive player because they're probably mostly fighting Hero Hunter mains in ranked. And there's a good chance this passive player knows how to bait people properly by just sitting there. When such a large amount of players fight in the same way, the passive player's countermeasures work on nearly everyone. A player using either of these characters is forced to change their style when they rarely have to, so they lose a lot of that close quarters skill they have. And instead of adapting to the situation, they think the best option is to hurl accusations of running, spamming, and all the like. I'm even guilty of doing this myself, although I don't think I was ever foolish enough to type out the phrase block spammer. If I did, then it is what it is. The thinking surrounding the use of techs is kind of dumb in my opinion. If you're one of those people that don't know what techs are, they're basically custom techniques made by combining different game mechanics and/or attacks. These typically get claimed by a specific player and named after that player. So that's why you might have heard something like Lord Heaven Tech. Many claim that using techs is a part of being good. This makes people associate techs with being good at the game, which makes no sense as most of these techs can be learned and repeated within 20 minutes of practice. Associating techs with being good just causes some players to think that their opponent is somehow being cheap or getting lucky when they win after not using a single tech, when in reality they just got outplayed. I had a personal experience where this exact thing happened against your typical Hero Hunter main who used all of the basic techs and had the most easily readable side dashes. I won the fight with little to no use of techs, and the guy immediately said, "I got lucky." The way to truly tell if someone is good at the game is by watching how fast and precise their movements are, and then also seeing how they react to your movements. Getting good in this game takes a lot of time. It's not going to happen overnight, it's going to happen over dozens of hours. Some of TSB's honor system does make sense though. Take ultimates for example. Ultimates, or awakenings, are much stronger than the base movesets, and lots of them break the rules of balancing that the base movesets have. They have much higher range, damage, bigger hitboxes, and a lot more iframes. If you don't know what iframes are, it's when you use an attack, and then during that attack, you can't be stunned or hurt. Ultimates also fully heal you, basically restarting the progress you made on your opponent, while also giving them heavily boosted moves. It makes perfect sense as to why players would respect each other and not use ultimates, although in most cases, people use their ultimates in every area they possibly can, and that's fine. They're not rare, but sometimes you'll find people who want to have clean fights with no awakenings. There's nothing wrong with using your awakening in a fight, as it's a core game mechanic, but finding a person that doesn't use them is nice. The last thing I want to talk about is the promotion of certain characters and the stigma associated with others. As I mentioned before, there are certain characters that are more socially accepted than others. The two main characters that get used the most and promoted as the fair and skilled options are the Strongest Hero and Hero Hunter. These were the first two characters in the game, so they feel a lot different than most of the characters nowadays, as there was a pretty big shift when Destructive Cyborg came out. All of the other characters that followed had more varied, diverse attacks and abilities, typically involving range and being more mobile, as opposed to the more stationary first two characters. The thing with the strongest hero and Hero Hunter is the fact that they have nearly zero ranged capabilities, unless you want to count the pitiful normal punch shockwave or this Hunter's Grasp thing. When you fight a player that only uses the strongest hero and Hero Hunter, they're going to be happy if you use either of those two characters against them. Using quite literally any other character could trigger them to say something when they lose, and only if they lose. The amount of undocumented experiences I've had where people have complained about me using a character that they think is unfair while they've been using either of the two characters I've been talking about is astronomical. What are these unfair characters? The big two are Wild Psychic and Destructive Cyborg. Cyborg used to be the most hated character for a while after it came out due to the fact that it was almost entirely made up of ranged attacks, which were the complete polar opposite of the first two characters that came before. It took way too long for everybody to get used to fighting long-range characters with close-range characters, and even after they figured it out, they still just didn't want to bother with them. I feel like Cyborg could have had a much easier time transitioning into the game if there was a character that came before that had a mix of close and long-range attacks. Everyone kinda laid off Cyborg nowadays, and Wild Psychic is by far the most hated character in the game at the moment. I don't even need to explain why, but I'll go ahead and do so anyways. It has pretty capable ranged attacks, and it requires more than just constant side dash punches to beat. I was curious about all of this, and I decided to do a few polls. First, I made a poll on my YouTube community tab asking which character everyone thinks is the best. The best as in the combination of all categories such as base moveset, awakening, passive ability, usability, etc. And the strongest hero won this by an absolute landslide as per usual. I then did a poll asking everyone what the most unfair character is. Many players try to justify their losses against some characters by saying that they're unfair, which may make sense until you see the results of this poll. I added the exact same options in the exact same order, and Wild Psychic came in hot with 70% of the votes. It's nearly the exact opposite of the first poll, which doesn't make any sense at all. The vast majority of the community believes that the strongest hero is the best character, yet they also believe that Wild Psychic is the most unfair? This isn't a specific matchup between characters, by the way, it's a general consensus. This is a simple misuse of a word. Whatever they don't like fighting against, they consider to be unfair. I think a better term would be annoying instead of unfair. The word has been twisted to fit what they all think instead of what it actually means. You can't have a character that is the best while also having a completely different character that is unfair. If the strongest hero is the best, it's the best fit for fighting against any character, right? If it's the best, then use that character against the character you think is unfair, and you should have the best chance of beating them because it's the best character. Wouldn't the best character also be the most unfair because it's quite literally the best? Its abilities surpass the rest, so what's the problem? There is no universally unfair character, and it all depends on specific character matchups because in this game, the characters are actually different from each other. In my opinion, the strongest Battlegrounds PvP is 90% skill and 10% character, but that 10% can become much larger or smaller if you stick to one character and become weak in others. I've had more time to think about it, and I've come to the conclusion that the strongest hero and Hero Hunter are just too simple. Every other character requires actual thought and timing to string combos together, catch people, etc. Meanwhile, the first two characters are simply muscle memory for most, and they only take like 30 minutes each to fully learn. You can teach someone a 50% damage strongest hero combo and get them to perfect it in 3 minutes. And all of Hero Hunter's techs are incredibly easy to perform. With every other character, combos aren't always the same, and there's much more room for failure, which is another thing that these types of players don't want to bother with. They'd rather stick with the characters that allow you to turn your brain off and use the same overly simple and consistent 50% combo over and over. For the people that worship these characters, I can guarantee you the game will become much more fun if you just take the time to get good with every character and mess around on free-for-all servers. Get out of ranked before you go insane, trust me. In the end, this is a fighting game. No matter how balanced or how good it is, there will always be players that will complain. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Something I've thought about for a really long time now is how we are essentially in the One Punch Man universe. Almost. Yet none of us have become heroes. In the story of One Punch Man, people become heroes and they fight monsters. And from my observations, there are monsters everywhere in this game. Absolutely horrible people teaming, abusing this guy right here. alt farmers, kill stealers. I could go on and on and on and on. All of these people, all of these monsters are there, but there's no heroes to do anything about them. This kind of doesn't make sense to me. Ever since I did that one video where I defended the dummy from all of these monsters trying to attack him, I've always had this one thought in my head. Why don't I become the hero? But I have a problem. How the hell do you get started with something like this? Some people in the One Punch Man universe have the worst superhero names ever. And from a certain point of view, yeah, they're funny, they're stupid. But then you look at it from a rational point of view, maybe they just couldn't think of anything cooler. Take Smile Man, for example. He looks dumb, but when you really think about it, he's there to make everyone smile. It's a nice thing. And it makes sense. You see what I mean? But then I look at myself. Like, how do I come up with a superhero name? What do I do? I've been trying to think of a superhero name for like the past few months, and I literally can't. I've tried like Nut Man, Peanut Man, Holy Man, like whatever, man. I don't know. So I'm kind of stuck here, and I'm not sure what I should do. My head is a peanut. My name is the Holy Grail. I'm not a very outgoing person, and I'm trying to bring justice to a society that has none. Given the details you've shared, how about the Justice Nut? That's actually not bad. AI isn't that bad after all. Now for the hard part, and that's making my costume. If you want a good example of my artistic ability, then look no further than my channel icon. I made that myself, and I'm very proud of it. So we'll go for like a nice lavender type of purple, like that. So there's the purple base. J stands for justice, so I'll just do a big fat J in the middle. My creativity is unbounded. Give that a little outline, give it a drop shadow. There we go. Now it pops. I think I'd look super cool with a cape, and I'm not gonna draw my own cape. I'm just gonna steal one from the game because they have these awesome capes made for me. This is gonna go harder than you could possibly imagine. Maybe I should add some gloves. You know what? I'm just gonna use the gloves that we already have in the game because I'm kind of lazy. Let me just add some shading. This is incredibly tedious. I regret ever getting involved with this. Boom. And then for the pants, I just remove the J. I'm gonna copy Saitama and just add some red boots. There. The moment of truth. Please look good. Hey, the only thing that matters about being a hero is serving justice, right? I've had some time to look this over. I touched up the colors just a tad, and dare I say, I actually kind of dig the look. Just do like a 360 here. Now that I have my costume and my name, I need some special attacks. Heroes like Saitama have consecutive normal punches. Moomin Rider has Justice Crash. And speaking of Moomin Rider, him and I are actually quite similar, but I'm not gonna steal his flow. I'm gonna create my own flow. My purpose is to punish the criminals and monsters that roam the strongest battlegrounds. So it only makes sense to name my attacks after such actions. Reprimanding Shove, Punishing Barrage, Chastising Kiss, and then maybe I could do something like Retribution Pull. This is a message to every single monster and criminal in the strongest battlegrounds. It's over. Injury? Is there an injury over here? I saw you were carrying this poor woman, so it sort of looked like she was injured.
Nah, I'm good.
No, I'm asking about the woman, you fool. Gotta let people know that I'm the new hero in town. Do you need help, good sir?
See that innocent child? He's secretly a cook, but the other kind of cook.
Oh, he's got relations with Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. I see. I can help you with that. You can be my unofficial temporary sidekick, unofficial greenie. Lead the way. We're here to stop a meth lab.
I heard this kid uses his product to sell chicken.
It's too familiar. So that guy.
Actually, no, wrong one.
You gotta be more careful, because we don't want to jump someone innocent. Because I don't think this guy is running a crystal meth basement operation.
There.
That guy? Really? Are you sure? Oh, that guy. Are you running a meth lab in your basement, sir? Is this true? Speak the truth or face retribution. I don't know who these people are, but they support me. You're cooked, man. What will you do? Yuzi Silly. We believe you have contact with Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. Just spit it out, man. You can't hide it anymore.
Shiver me timbers.
Get him. You can't run. What you're doing is illegal, and you need to stop. We need to corner him. Justice kiss. Justice dash. Punishing barrage. You can't escape. Don't let him get illegal drugs in your system. What are you doing?
I was wrong. He's not the one.
What are you doing? What do you mean? He's innocent. I can't believe it. Apologies. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. This guy gave me wrong information.
The guy had a man face and bacon hair.
We literally walked past him when we were going to this guy.
I got shot twice in the eyes during the war.
Thank you for your service, man. We need to stop any future shipments of meth-laced chicken.
Remember, dying is not Sigma.
You gifted me PTSD for life.
Look, man, I'm sorry.
I cook skibbity, not meth.
Respectable. Cooperate, please, and everything will go fine. Get him. It's over. Just submit to us, and no violence will... I appreciate the assistance with this mission.
I just Kyoto'd the dummy.
Is that a form of assault? He's innocent. There's no point in really attacking him, because he didn't do anything wrong. Do not... Back off, man. He did nothing. What did he do to you, Cinnamon Dan?
Move, idiot.
Hello?
Hello, citizen.
Hey, stop harassing me.
Hey, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Stop hitting him. What did he do? Cinnamon Dan, can you hear me? No. You bastard,
And
Cinnamon
you will
Dan.
perish alongside him, you heathen.
You deserve the highest punishment possible. I'll avenge him. Punishing barrage. Oops. Retribution catch. And then punishing dash. And then Cinnamon Dan, that's just how it was gonna go. I'm sorry, man. How are you doing today?
Good, how about you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I'm here to serve justice. What about you?
Oh my god.
Batman!
Yes, it's a peanut Batman.
Quite the odd comparison, but I'll take it. That's fine. Disturbing the peace,
Yeah,
that's a crime.
stop
That
attacking
is a
us.
crime. So, I need to punish him. Just watch and learn.
No. Punish him!
Just
Punish
leave it to
him,
me.
not us.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, punish him. He's a
Yeah.
bad
Justice
guy.
punch.
Batman!
Come on. Retribution dash. You can't stop me. Come on. The only one who can bring justice to this battlefield is me.
Why were you attacking him earlier?
And then, one more
That's not
retribution.
nice.
Shove. Yes. Justice has been
Yes,
served.
He's the justice.
He's gonna punish you. You're not nice.
Huh? Is this ow. I request backup. Civilian backup is okay in
touch
this instance, so
Batman.
I request backup. It's not safe to form a crowd. There's a hostile here. It's not safe. I will stop you. It's over. Divine punishment. Ultimate. Retribution barrage. Yes, I'll help you. You're low. You're risking yourself for me. That's so brave. I need my punishment sword. It's okay. We
they
can
got
regroup.
the
We can regroup
consequences.
and beat the
Yeah,
hostiles.
Finish them, Justice.
Stop gathering in a crowd. You fools. Stop crowding together, you morons. It's not safe. There's a hostile. It ends here. Please stop. Refrain from being hostile, please. You too, Cinnamon Dan. You're attacking innocent people for no reason, man.
Say that again, waffle face boy.
You have to stop attacking innocent people. Yeah, the dummy. What did the dummy do to you?
Existing.
I like you two, though. You two are very, heroic.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Bacon Girl! My sister!
Cease hostility. She won't stop. I have to kill her. It's the only way. This is my retribution fury. And then one more. Punishing fury of slices.
King.
Please cease the hostility. It's so hard keeping the peace, man.
Going to table flip!
Huh? Who?
Watch out. Let's
Yes.
make peace. Stop!
Stop! Stop!
Ouch!
Cease hostility. Cease hostility.
Come on, hit me, huh?
Uh-oh.
Didn't hit
I advise everyone to clear the area as there is about to be a big blast.
Run.
So please move wait, move.
Well, your egg is from an event or no?
Wait, are you asking if my head is from an event?
Yeah.
I feel insulted.
Where we can get your head? It's nice.
You can purchase it, but I feel insulted.
Oh.
It's not an egg. It's a peanut.
Ah. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, sorry.
It's okay though, because you guys are the true heroes here.
Whoa, stop!
You stand for justice.
Why are your lips so luscious?
I was born like that, man. Is there an issue?
Yeah, you're gonna get my luscious lips.
I don't want your luscious lips, man. It's not that bad. See, this guy gets it. Walking traffic cone. What would you like? Take the picture. A true hero takes pictures with his fans. Oh my god. No! Of all people, it was the traffic guy. I need to avenge the traffic cone guy. What the hell's your problem, man? Subdue her! It's over. You fool. I'm 10 steps ahead of you. I think. Don't hide in the crowd, you coward. My justice. Fury of slashes. Punishing slices. God damn it. You have failed. Oh. No. It's over.
What the heck?
Chastising. Ruin.
Justice always won.
Okay, yeah, now you can get that picture. I'm sorry. I avenged you like a true hero. Look, man, heroes have their fans, and fans always want pictures and autographs and all that. So you gotta fulfill the requests.
Yeah, he's the hero. He's justice.
I'm the justice nut.
The justice nut, yeah.
What do you think about my costume? It's cool, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. I like it. Oh, no!
This all stems from you.
Stop attacking the hero. You gotta stop us. Why not?
Yeah.
He's the hero.
Stop attacking.
Yes.
He did nothing wrong. He's nice.
Yes, he's very nice. Don't touch the justice.
I did not consent to that. Even after ceasing hostility, you do something like that. You are irredeemable. Why? You know, I think there's only one way to get rid of this threat. There's too many people. The collateral damage, it'll be too much. Okay, mini boys, you come with me.
Okay.
We need to keep her away from the crowd, so the crowd can stay over there while we control the threat. Okay, let's go. Come on, get away from the crowd. Chastising fury, and then, god damn it. Ow! I got this. Don't worry. I got this. Don't worry.
We trust you, Justice.
Okay, wait. This is not going as planned. What will you do now? Huh? No.
No, Justice.
Okay, wait. My what's my special move? I have a special move. I gotta remember what it is.
We have a special. Oh my god, the Justice did it!
Now leave us alone. You should use your counter on that woman over there. Uh-oh. No, mini boys. I leave this server in your hands. I trust you. You and Frivama. I'm sure I think that's how you pronounce your name.
Yeah.
You two are the protectors of this server. I trust you with everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I check my Discord message requests like once a month, since 99% of the messages are just people begging for 1v1s that they won't ever get. I do appreciate the nice ones though. I did my monthly checkup recently and I came across an interesting request. This guy called Fruit asked me if I could train him for his upcoming tournament in the Strongest Battlegrounds. I think I've made it pretty clear that I don't like hosting tournaments at all, but that doesn't mean I'm against everything that has to do with them. Tournaments are great whenever I'm not the one running them. If I'm a participant in a tournament, that's awesome because I don't have to deal with specific players' tendencies to not follow the rules. So when Fruit asked me to train him for his tournament, I was down, but I needed to ask a few questions first, just to see what I was working with. His region is North America, which is perfect, since I'm in the same region and our ping should be similar. Trying to teach someone who has 200 more ping than you is a nightmare. And he's a mobile player. But I believe mobile players have lots of potential. It's not like they're handicapped and need lock-on. I can work with these terms. He said he just needs tips. But tips are for losers. He is going to win this tournament no matter what. I'm going to educate him with facts, logic, and pure, unfiltered, unrivaled skill. But it's 11:30 and I'm tired, so I'm gonna go to bed. See you tomorrow. I asked him if he was ready for some training, and he said yes. I told him I'd DM him in a bit. I decided to be productive in real life instead. Today will be the day. He's ready for training. We didn't train. I approached him again. He couldn't do it at the time I asked, but he could do it later. I was busy, so I told him I'd DM him in a bit. I did not DM him in a bit. Today is the day. For real, for real. Let us begin. We hopped in a private server and I began the assessment. He has over 4,000 kills, which is pretty good because he should know the basics at this point. He decided to use the strongest hero for the tournament, which is perfect. I was kind of afraid he was gonna say Hero Hunter because if he did, I would have left immediately. We started with some 1v1s just so I can gauge his skill and see if he has any obvious problems to be solved.